guys, welcome back to my reaction channel. It's the girl Angel. If you're new to this channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now. To all my returning subscribers, I love y'all. Alright guys, so for today's video, we're going to be reacting to Trap Geek video on King Von, the soft-spoken assassin. Let's hear what he has to say, folks. Stay tuned. I'm guessing that was T-Ride there in the back, like his best friend that passed away.
6 people shot. This all happening at 65th and King Drive in Parkway Gardens.
The age ranges of those people ranging from 14 to 23 years old.
Name from it, don't come here, please don't.
His name is Davon Bennett, a.k.a. King Von. He's been on the street for too long. I want him off the street today. You guys ready?
Ready for this.
Alright, so probably the person that I get the most requests to do a video on, and the rapper I've been rocking with for a while now is King Von. No doubt the most demonic figure that's come out of Chicago since the drill music wave in the 2010s. Fans are really enamored with his storytelling and music videos, but for the life of me, I don't know how King Von is a free man. I mean, bless him, all blessings to him. He's somehow been able to 2C slide and dodge every single case that's been thrown at him since he was 15. And while his partner Rondo was toting a bazooka on the gram, King Von was on Twitter arguing with a mortal enemy over how many bodies they each got. And this was trolling the fuck out of the police, right? They couldn't stand it. See, in Chicago, only 20% of murders ever get proven, 80% go unsolved.
20 years for the murders, plus the gun has been lost, that's 21 years. So that's 41 years just for the murder. And I got 2 attempt murders.
And you beat all those charges. You were acquitted.
Yep, on play.
Now, we're gonna get into all of this, but before
Bro, King Von is talking about that shit like he was prouder or something. You know, because when you be embarrassed about shit, like, you don't want to speak on that ever. And he just like, yeah, I got 2 attempts, you know, like, nigga.
Before we do, let me show you my song of the day. This is Mark Battles. Let's go.
Ain't been happy in a while. I be staring in the mirror trying to force myself to smile. Can't keep blaming everybody. People do what you allow.
Facts.
And don't ask me how I feel, cause I'm responding back with how. How the fuck I'm supposed to feel when all my friends turn their back? How the hell I'm supposed to trust when people out here setting traps? How you expecting me to grow when I can't let my money stack? How you asking for a loan knowing you can't pay me back? How you claim to really love me but you fuck?
Alright, in order to understand this story, we gotta go to Chicago. More specifically, the Parkway Gardens in the South Side. But you probably know it as O-Block. Now, not only is this the home of Chief Keef and King Von, it's also the home of the former First Lady, Michelle Obama, who, when she looks back at her experience, says it was never as bad as it is now. The area has always been a huge war between 2 factions, the BDs and the GDs. And this war has been going back since at least the 90s. But back then, there was more structure, it was organized, and it was mostly a battle over drug trade. The BDs controlled a massive 16-story housing complex just 2 minutes away from O-Block, posting snipers on the roof to protect their drug dealers. Lookouts were equipped with night vision goggles, and the entire organization was pulling in $300,000 a day for damn near 15 years.
That's
The
like
BDs
1.2
were run like
million
a
a month,
corporation.
right?
Money was
That's
laundered
like
through
probably like
investments into apartment buildings, a record label called
14
MOP,
million
a car wash,
a year,
and a
like,
nightclub in
damn.
Atlanta. But the leadership was taken out in 2004 with a massive police raid. Their headquarters was permanently closed and eventually demolished. 50 people were charged. Whole leadership gone. All the BDs migrated to O-Block and created alliances with the sets around the area to go against their rival gang, the GDs. Now the GDs, which stands for Gangster Disciples, also had their leadership taken down. And now neither of the 2 gangs have any structure anymore coming from the top to the bottom. It's basically just kids running around with a profound hatred for each other, trying to blow each other's heads off. And this shit escalated even further in the 2010s with Chief Keef and the rise of drill music. Chief Keef, Rondo, Lil Reese, Lil Durk, and most of the people who saw success during the height of the drill scene were all black disciples. The
I'm
Gangster
sorry I didn't
Disciples
really talk
had
too
very
much
little
in this video, but I
representation
thought this was
in
going to be
mainstream
mostly
music.
about
The
like
most notable figures were FBG
the murders
Duck,
that King
Lil J,
Von
Lil
committed
JoJo.
or
So the
something.
fact that Chief Keef and O-Block were able to control the airwaves and the popular sound made it so they could put super disrespectful lyrics towards the Gangster Disciples in their songs, and it would become mainstream. The best example is Tuka.
Bitch. I'm off Tuka. Bitch. I'm off
Tuka's death became the focal point for a lot of violence.
because the gang members that killed Tuka then used social media to really insult his memory.
In this case, you have this young man actually in his coffin,
Right.
and this image has also been defiled.
See, Tuka was a deceased 15-year-old boy that Chief Keef and Dirk would constantly mock in their songs.
If you think about it though,
Twitter
like
became
when
so popular, you had rappers like Lil
when he
Pump,
died,
nothing
then
to do with the
like
situation. He's
King
from
Von and them,
Miami.
like they were
You had
probably
Young
right
M.A.
around the
who's
same
from New
age,
York,
right?
and even NLE Chopper
So when
from
they were
Memphis,
dissing them,
they would
they
use
were dissing
Tuka
like
in their songs or in everyday
a
life
26
without
year
even
old,
knowing
like a
what it
15 year old.
meant.
You recently said some shit about Lil Pump. Did he use the smoking Tuka line?
To this day, he probably think that everything all groovy. But no, when I see you, I'm gonna slap you.
Young M.A. said it in her verse, and then she apologized for it.
And that's all I wanted.
See, the hatred
Respect.
between the GDs and the BDs ran so deep. The feud was so strong. You even got King Von on video teaching a little kid how to shoot a water gun while saying F Tuka.
Fuck Tuka.
That sounds stressful.
Shoot him in his head. Boom. Fuck Tuka. Say it.
Now, the death of this kid, Tuka, spawned something that was never before seen. A 17-year-old female assassin named Chikaira, who created a social media account dedicated
Nigga, we have
to avenge
17-year-old
his death.
female
She was
assassins
known
now.
to her rivals as somebody who was willing to shoot first, to ask questions later. It's all over the
Like the
internet.
police.
Shakira was on social media bragging about the shootings that she had done. She was proud, and she let everybody know. She was very quick to let you know that she was violent and that she was not afraid to shoot somebody.
It was said Chikaira was responsible for at least 15 shootings before she herself was eventually killed. Afterwards, a 4chan user hacked her Twitter and leaked DMs showing her and King Von had this weird back and forth where King Von was attempting to romance her in like a mocking way. I don't know, maybe it was real, despite the fact
King
that
Von
they
was
were
probably
both
trying to set
rival
that
gang
bitch up or
members.
something.
And she didn't like dudes, she liked girls. But reading the tweets and listening to his interviews, you could tell King Von is a clever, smooth talker, right? He's smooth, but he's also a goddamn demon. A blood trail seems to follow him wherever he goes. And King Von was becoming an infamous figure in the Chicago PD briefing room, so they hated him. Police would bring him in for an armed robbery charge, possession of an illegal firearm, and they had suspicions of other stuff that they could never prove. One murder of a kid named Odell, allegedly, according to the internet detectives on Reddit, has King Von's name written all over it. It happened on a Saturday night where 24 other people were wounded across Chicago, but that wouldn't stop King Von from boasting about Modell's death on Twitter all the time. Now finally, in 2014, the police thought they had something. Von and one of his friends were at a crowded house party when a rival GD named Malcolm Stuckey was in the corner, mean-mugging them. Von and them took offense, immediately left the party, came back 45 minutes later, shooting at the kid Stuckey, who was outside, along with 2 other people who tried to run. Stuckey was killed, the 2 others were wounded, and King Von and his friend were snatched up by police a couple days later. After 3.5 years, the trial finally started. It lasted a grand total of 5 days. Witnesses couldn't be located. Von kept his mouth shut for the whole 3 years, while his friend confessed to doing the shooting. So, Von
Oh, I
beat the
think
case, went home,
he had
and his friend
a
got
song
28
about like
years. As
what
soon
was
as
it
Von
again?
was out,
You
the
shouldn't
dude
have
he
told her
was
something
always
like that. I
arguing
think that
with on
was the
Twitter,
situation he
named
was
Wooski,
speaking on.
who's a gangster disciple, and his mortal enemy was attending a funeral at the Bethlehem Star Baptist Church when all of a sudden an AK-47 pistol, aka a Draco, was whipped out and started spraying into the crowd. Dozens of shots rang off, and Wooski was shot. Now he survived, and King Von was not responsible for this, but that does not stop him from mocking him every chance he gets on Instagram Live.
He ain't been the same. He don't talk shit no more. Nothing wrong. What the fuck? Some brothers be changing them motherfucker out, man.
And this is why Von's fans fuck with him, right? It's the authenticity. It's the allure of the savageness, right? That the fans like. They like that in their music. I don't think they like it in real life, though.
Facts.
Anyways, now Von is in Atlanta making crazy music videos with dope storylines, and his channel's got 150 million views in 11 months, right? He's blowing up, and his
Kudos
fans
to
are
him for that.
diehards, right? They're crazy. They read into everything he posts, looking for clues. Like this man posted an Insta story just trying to promote his new music video, and people were reading into how many skulls he put in his caption. Like 7 skulls, that's 7 bodies. King Von has 7 bodies. It even got to the point where King Von went live on Instagram himself and said, listen, if the internet was right about the bodies people had, they would be in jail. So don't believe what anyone says. I repeat, anyone. And I'll be honest, I hope that's true. Bless him. All I know is listen. In Chicago, the clubs close at like 12, right? It doesn't go past 12 because of the violence. And I know that King Von can't go to Canada to do shows. He can't go to overseas to do shows. So it's a blessing and a curse, right?
True.
Because of his history, King Von creates this allure and this personality that people want to rock with his music, but also fucks up his business opportunities because he can't leave the country. That's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you want me to cover next? Make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bro, what's the saying? The loudest in the room is always artist. You know what I'm talking about. Okay guys, so that's the end of my reaction to this video. Like, this video was a well put together video, so kudos to Trap Geek for that. I actually thought he was gonna go more in depth on all the criminal activities that King Von himself was involved in, but otherwise it was a good video though. Like when you look at King Von though and you really think about it, like, this nigga does not look like a criminal. Like, he does not look like someone that would harm or endanger anybody, but looks are deceiving, folks. Period. I want to get your opinion on something. Would you rather date a drug dealer or someone that steals, robs, and kills? Like, a thief cannot be trusted though, period. Like, if you think about it, a drug dealer, being a drug dealer is kind of more respectable. Because with a drug dealer, like, you have a choice. You have a choice to buy them drugs from them niggas. With a thief, you do not have a choice. Them niggas is either you give them your shit or they're gonna kill you or you're gonna end up in the hospital, period. And if you think about it though, a drug dealer, like someone that plant weed, have a weed farm, sell weeds, whatever the case may be distributing that shit, is just like them niggas that manufactures cigarettes. Because cigarette, that shit give you lung cancer, that shit can give you kidney disease, like, that shit destroys your inside. So like, and it is still available, like, it's legal to sell that shit. It's legal to distribute it, but it's illegal to sell and distribute weed. A lot of persons may disagree with this because they have never been robbed before, but I've been robbed before, and that shit is traumatizing. Like, that shit can have you tweaking, like, like, someone walk up behind you, probably think that that person's trying to rob you or something. All I'm saying, folks, is if I had to choose between two evils, I would rather sleep beside someone that is distributing weed than a nigga that is going around robbing and terrorizing people. Anyways, y'all, I will see you all in the next video. Be safe. Bye.